Hey y'all, hey, it's me, the ancestral connector. Um, I don't know if some of y'all picked up on my live earlier today. I tried to go live earlier this afternoon and be out one with nature, but nature was trying to be out one with me, and I could not do that and be live. I'm too animated and stuff for that. Anyways, so I'm back with y'all from my dining room. Uh, Here to go over part three of our DNA testing series. And so the last two segments we talked about why DNA testing, which is something that males can do to follow the paternal lineage. And a male would have to do that for a woman if she wanted to know her paternal lineage. And we also discussed mitochondrial DNA testing, which is the maternal lineage where male or female can do that testing. Um, but it only identifies the maternal side. So today we're going to talk about autosomal DNA testing, which is also known as AtDNA testing. And so this is probably the most known testing. Um, an example of autosomal DNA testing would be Ancestry, 23andMe, GEDmatch, and I even want to say FTDNA, but don't hold me to it. That's something you're gonna have to cross verify for yourself. But with autosomal DNA testing, with those tests, male or female can take the test, and it will match you to all of your maternal and paternal side relatives DNA matches. So anybody you can pull from anyone on there. And so everyone has a copy of 22 pairs of non sex chromosomes that they get from each biological parent. And that is how they pull matches, DNA matches, to connect with you. And so, you know, looking at this paper. With autosomal DNA testing, DNA changes with each generation. Okay, and so the change in the DNA is called recombination. That's the process, and so it happens when cell division from egg and sperm are reproduced, and that's how that works. So the best way to kind of describe it is, you know how somebody could like look like their great grandparent, like how one of your siblings might look like somebody in your family, but another sibling might look more like somebody else in your family. Well, that's because the recombination varies for each person, even though they may share the same parents. And so, like, for me, for an example, I guess I could use myself is that I have traits of my mom. Like, you look at me, and if you look at a picture of my mom, like, you could tell, like, I have traits of her. But if you look at my dad, I like look a lot like him, like here. Like, It's crazy because I could like look at myself and like see him. And so like my percentage compared to my dad is like 51%. And so like my brother also did a test, and his was also, I think his was just 50 though. But that's just kind of shows you the how things can kind of just dibble and dabble a little bit. Um, excuse me. Um, there's also something that's another DNA measurement that predicts relationship is something called centimorgans. And this is also used in autosomal DNA testing. Centimorgans help you kind of, it's a number that gives you an idea of what the relationship, basically what I just said, what the relationship between you and a match could be. And so, like, for an example, obviously the parent child relationship is going to be the highest amount of centimorgans because that's the highest, closest relationships ship that you can have with anybody. And so that ranges from 2,376 to 3,720. And so um the sibling range is 16, 13, and then to 3488. And these are whole siblings. Excuse me. And the grandparents share between 984 to 2,462 centimorgans. Like you, these are just numbers to kind of have in your brain. I know you're not going to remember them, but just to kind of give you an idea of the what the ranges look like based off relationships. Um, and with half relationships, you would just basically take half that half the, just divide those numbers by half to kind of get an idea of what the centimorgan would be with our relationships. Um, and again, I will use myself as an example. I'm over here pulling it up now, just so I'm kind of looking. So with my ooh, with my dad, me and him have, oh, we have 50%. Not bad. With my dad, we have 3,466 centimorgans. Um, and with my brother, we have the same dad and different moms. We have 1,674. So his is um, half the typical. Actually, he would kind of fit in the whole sibling range almost. But he's at the lower end of our whole sibling range. But that just means that we just share more DNA with our dad's side than our mom. Um, but yeah, so that's how centimorgans work. Um, let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Um, so yeah, that's kind of all I have for autosomal DNA testing. It's the one people typically take most often. It's the most popular. Just because typically people be wanting to know the ethnicity. Like when these tests, when autosomal testing first came out, people just wanted to do testing. And 23 was like at the time the most popular, one of the first to kind of do the test to be like, oh, we can help you figure out where you and your ancestors come from. Um, So people do autosomal testing to kind of get a guesstimate of their ethnicity, to confirm or deny relationships, and to do triangulation and map out the chromosomes. 23andMe also does that as well. I'm not too knowledgeable on that aspect of genealogy, but I mean, something I could probably go into if anybody had a question about it. And yeah. Also 23andMe also offers kind of genetic. Actually, Ancestry does now too. Kind of what your genetics could be like based off of your DNA. But anywho, that's autosomal DNA testing. Um, yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Hope y'all doing good. Life be life and but God be God in. Love, peace, and chicken grease.